Hi, Carson Elementary. I'm going to be talking to you about a really cool project that we do at the end of the school year. This is a letter that you write to yourself from yourself. Kind of crazy sounding, right? Not when I explain it and you really think about it, though. You're going to be writing a letter to yourself upon your high school graduation. So this is going to be congratulatory. It's going to be something that you can look back on and remember your time at Carson Elementary. And it's going to be something that will hopefully kind of motivate you to make some better choices if by the time you're 18, you have strayed a little from the path of your dreams. So in this letter to yourself, you're going to include things like what you did, what you had fun doing, what you hated doing, who you like, who you don't like, what you did at school, what you did at home, some of your favorites, favorite ice cream, favorite movies, favorite dance moves, favorite video games, anything you want about yourself. You can get pretty personal because you're the only one who's going to read it, if you choose. The teachers, we won't look at it. You'll complete this letter, seal it in an envelope, and give it to us. We will keep this envelope until you are a senior. That's 12th grade. That's years later. By then, you're going to totally forget what it is that you put in this letter. That's the cool part. I know this because I've done this. I did this as a 1-year camp project. I went to camp. They told us, write a letter to yourselves. I did. They said, write about everything we did, what the living situation was like, who you met here, what you thought about it, and we will mail it to you in 1 year. And guess what? 1 year later, I checked the mail. There was a letter to me from me. And I was like, what? I don't remember doing this at all. And that was only 1 year. Imagine, when you're in 12th grade, you're totally going to forget about so much of this year. That's where the cool part comes in. You are going to wish that this letter never, ever, 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 ever ends. You are going to get out of this assignment what you put into it. So what I mean by that is you're going to have something magical if you take the time to really reflect and write this down. And we do want you to write it, not type it, because one of the cool things is to see your handwriting. You might say, look at my handwriting back when I was in elementary school. It's so terrible. Or you might say, hey, I still write like that. I write like my 10, 11-year-old self. It'll be fun to look at. So we do want you to handwrite it. We also want to make sure that you can include whatever you want. And this goes beyond just the letter. This means that you can insert pictures, you can put in notes from your friends, you can put in little trinkets, favorite pencils, anything you want. Anything that is, except for things that rot, or will possibly attract bugs or mice or something nasty that could destroy your letter. We don't want those. The other thing you have to be aware of is we are going to expect your letter to be able to close. Here's a letter that I will be delivering tomorrow. Here are a whole bunch more. This is for the graduating class of 2021, and I passed them out just before their graduation at something called the senior banquet or senior recognition. We are going to do everything we can to try to find you. So if you move away, don't worry. We will look for you. We will try by going on social media or contacting people we may think you know to be able to get this letter to you when you graduate. So no worries there. I have a special letter here. This letter is special because it's my son's. He's graduating just this weekend. And instead of waiting until tomorrow to open it, I'm actually going to have him open it today. Why? Because I want you to see exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to bring Torin in. So this is my son, Torin. He is graduating in just a few days, and I have his letter to himself, from himself, when he was in Mr. Schaefer's 4th grade class. There's a little something special I included on the back. So I'm going to have him read these out loud, and he's never seen this before.
Dear self, I am 9 right now, almost 10, my friend Logan and I are having our second birthday together. Logan is almost a year older than me, but we are around the same height and weight. 4th grade is cool and fun. On the first day of summer, I'm going to Maryland, and I am happy. My last table group is Corin, Abby, Gavin, and Tanner.
Ooh, and how many misspellings did you have in there, Torin?
Quite a few. June 7th, 2013.
June 7th, 2013. So, how do you feel about the amount that you wrote yourself?
It's some substantial writing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it really? Yeah, you be the judge. Would you have liked to have maybe a little bit more out of that one? So there we have it, an example of a senior letter. Now, this is one of the earlier examples where we really didn't put any restrictions or guidelines on what kids had to do. It's developed over the years. So, like I mentioned before, this is something that I really do want you to take your time doing, and you will thank yourself later for. So check out the assignment that we have included with this to get yourself started on your letter to yourself. Happy graduation!